our next speaker tonight, the person of Professor Brilliant Ogagogona Agavuzo. Professor Brilliant Ogagogene Agavuzo is a professor of animal breeding and molecular genetics in the Department of Animal Science, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. He is currently the director of the Open, Distant, and E-Learning Center of the University of Port Harcourt. Professor Agavuzo had his B.Tech Animal Production and Health degree from the Federal University of Technology, Akure in 2001, and his Master's Agricultural Animal Breeding and Genetics degree from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta in 2005, and later his PhD Animal Breeding and Genetics from the same university in 2011. Professor Agavuzo, however, was a visiting non-degree student at the Department of Animal Science, Cornell University at Ithaca, New York, USA, where he had his PhD bench work on microsatellites and metaphoric DNA analysis of Nigerian sheep breeds. He was also a researcher assistant at Emurian Laboratory of the same Department of Animal Science, Cornell University, Ithaca, New York, USA. Professor Agavuzo's research is geared towards understanding the genetic structure and diversity of Nigeria livestock breed at the molecular level for better policy in livestock improvement and conservation. He has attended and published lots of conference proceedings and peer-reviewed articles, and has attracted different grades for research. He has collaborators from different institutions in Nigeria and overseas. Please, let's put our hands together as we welcome you on stage. Please, Professor, it's up to you to take up the stage. Please, let's put our hands together as he comes in.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. We can hear you very well, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for this privilege, Dr. Victor, and the organizers of this event. I appreciate you for the privilege. I want to stand on the existing protocol as I commence my presentation. Okay, we'll see how everybody becomes digitally literate and being able to use emerging technologies as learners and as educators in this and the forthcoming century. So my presentation will focus on that. Okay, in this presentation, we'll be looking at 6 major areas. We want to see digital literacy, the meaning and dimensions. We'll be talking about emerging technologies that are transforming education globally. And also we want to see AI, the use of artificial intelligence for teaching, for learning and assessment. We'll also be looking at digital citizenship, safety and ethics. We're also considering strategies for future-ready learners. and there will be a call to action for schools and learners. So why this topic matters now, like what the immediate past speaker talked about, it's high time we really understand why we need education that will not just be to pass exams, but education that will help us solve problems in the society. So education is being reshaped today by connectivity, data, automation, and AI. The world of work increasingly rewards digital problem solving, creativity, and collaboration. And we see that in the amount of money that is flowing in this space. And though some of my students are taking this to the extreme, I can remember one of my students, a female, she told me education is a scam because she could make a lot of money in the digital space more than what I, as a professor, cannot even earn for some months in the university. So generally, the world is tilting towards this direction that both learners and schools must not be left behind. AI tools can accelerate lesson planning, can accelerate feedbacks, accessibility, and personalized support. And apart from that, we need to understand this now as learners and schools because of the risks that are very, very real. There is misinformation. There is privacy breaches, plagiarism, bias, distraction, and exclusion. And for us to be able to control, to check this, we must understand the concept about this. And also the goal is not more gadgets. It's not us having more digital gadgets, but it's all about better learning, safer participation, and stronger human judgment. So this topic is very, very important. And I want to appreciate the organizers of this program for bringing this up. So what is digital literacy? The practical definition for schools and higher education. Digital literacy is the ability to confidently, to critically, to creatively, and ethically use digital technologies to access, number one, information, to communicate, to create knowledge, to solve problems, and participate safely in society. So this definition is all encompassing, because when we talk about digital literacy, we're talking about people who have the ability. We're talking about learners, talking about teachers in school, we're talking about school managers who have the ability to confidently, to critically, and also to creatively, as well as ethically use digital technologies. And it's possible there are some who are confident in the use of these digital technologies, but they don't use it ethically. They don't use it creatively or critically. So our ability to use digital technologies to access information, to communicate with our students and others, to create knowledge and solve problems, as well as participate safely in the society, is what we'll be talking about this evening. So it includes skills, ability to use these technologies. It's also about our attitude, because often there are some persons who don't accept digital literacy. They want it the way it has been. So shall it be now forever and ever. For such teachers, for such school managers, school owners, they will soon be left behind because the world is changing so fast that we must all imbibe, we must all embrace digital literacy. So it's all about our attitude, about the values and the judgment, not only the ability to operate digital data. And also it applies to learners as students. It applies to teachers. It applies to leaders. It applies to parents, to institutions, and policy makers. Students should be able, learners should be able to use technologies. And apart from that, teachers should be able, and that is why trainings like this should be encouraged in all schools where teachers are empowered, are trained on the awareness and also the ability to use these technologies. And apart from that, leaders in the schools and even in the society must know, must embrace digital technologies, and also parents. Because if parents are not carried along, they will not be able to monitor their students or their children, their wards at home. So everyone, even institutions, policymakers, must be carried along. So the right policies will be established that will help every one of us in the society to both use these technologies ethically for the benefit of mankind. And also, it should be contextual. For instance, a rural school with one smartphone can still build strong digital literacy. As I said, it's not about the number of the gadgets that we have, but the awareness, the consciousness on how people will know the ability to handle digital technologies confidently, creatively, and ethically is what that matters, that we should all encourage. So I want to talk about the digital literacy competency set. There are 8 points here. The first one is access and search. So for those of you who are listening to me now, you can evaluate yourself with these 8 components of competency. How much can you access and search in the digital space to find relevant resources? We all need this, whether learners, teachers, managers. We must be competent in our ability to search, to access information in the digital space. Number 2 is about evaluating credibility. Your ability to separate facts from noise. In the internet, the social media, the digital space, there are lots of information that are there. Your competency is in your ability to evaluate credibility, the ability to separate facts from noise. And as I continue in this, you should be evaluating yourself to know how literate you are. And if your assessment is low, you need to brace up to be able to work on yourself to become competent. Number 3 is your ability to create digital content, to produce tests, videos, data, and media in the digital space. Apart from that, your ability to communicate and collaborate. As you use the digital space, you must be able to know how to communicate rightly, ability to collaborate with others globally, ability to work across different platforms becomes very important. And also your ability to protect data and identity. There are so many who go online and they get lost there. The ability to stay safe as a Christian, even apart from that, your ability to stay safe, to be ethical in all that you do, and not to have issues, plagiarism and some other things that can send you to jail. So your competency is also in your ability to protect your data, to protect your identity, and also your ability to use AI responsibly. AI is there. Many people are just using AI, but many of such are using it irresponsibly. So your competency on digital literacy is all about your ability to use AI responsibly, ability to use the right prompts, ability to verify your outcomes, and to be able to cite whatever content you have created, you want to publish. And also your competency lies in your ability to solve problems, to use tools, digital tools to address real needs in our society. And that is what people really need. We want a better society, and your ability to help us have that society is what matters. And also your competency should be about your learning continuously, because you see, technology is changing every day. Tools are changing every day. You must keep learning for you to be competent. You must keep updating your skills. These are some of the emerging technologies that are shaping education today, from tools to learning ecosystem. We have artificial intelligence, AI, that is everywhere, and also generative AI for tutoring, for feedback, for planning, and accessibility. Artificial intelligence is very, very important because it's helping in changing our world in every field, apart from education, in health, in economy, in every area of our society today. So we must embrace it. But as I'll be talking about in this presentation, we must also use it ethically. And we have generative AI for tutoring, for feedback, for planning, and accessibility. We also have learning management systems that we use in teaching. We have cloud tools and virtual classrooms for blended and remote learning. We use most of this in my center. I'm in charge of the Open Distance and E-Learning Center of the University of Port Harcourt. We have students all over the world learning virtually using the learning management system. That is what I will encourage students and even school owners to adopt, because it makes learning really, really easier. We also have the augmented reality and the virtual reality and simulations for science, medicine, engineering, history, and vocational training. All these are emerging technologies that are shaping education today. Data analytics is also there, where you have your data, you analyze your data, and through the data, you'll be able to draw inferences, you will take decisions that will better our society. Data analytics for early warning, student support, and evidence-based school improvement is one of the emerging technologies I encourage every one of us to delve into. We also have robotics, we have Internet of Things, and maker spaces for creativity, problem solving, and entrepreneurship. All these are emerging technologies that schools, individuals are using to reshaping the world today. Artificial intelligence in teaching and learning. We are encouraged to use AI as a co-pilot and not an autopilot, because AI is not a human being, though it simulates what we do. So you cannot just rely solely 100% on AI. That is why I'm telling you we need to use AI as a co-pilot and not an autopilot. For teachers, AI can be used to draft lesson plans, rubrics, quizzes, case studies, feedback comments, and differentiated activities. And as I said, as a pilot, you still need to go through and make corrections when necessary. And for learners, AI can be used to explain difficult concepts, practice language, generate study questions, and receive formative guidance. You are in class or after your class, you are reading your notes and there are concepts you don't understand. You can just ask your AI, ask your ChatGPT or any of those AI tools, and you get better clarification of what you are reading about or what your teacher talked about in class. So it's very useful to us as teachers and also for learners. What about for leaders? AI helps us in analyzing patterns. It helps us in planning interventions, in designing policies and monitoring technology adoption in our schools and in our society. And also, the teacher remains a professional judge. I've said that already. So he must be ready to verify, conceptualize, humanize, and protect your learners from errors. This is a practical demonstration using AI to support lesson preparation. This is a prompt to demonstrate live. Say, I don't know if we can go online. Okay, let me just continue. Act as an experienced Nigerian. This is a prompt. You are telling me with ChatGPT or any of the AI tools. Act as experienced Nigerian secondary school biology teacher. Prepare a 40-minute learner-centered lesson on photosynthesis for SS2 students in a low-resource classroom. Include objectives, prior knowledge, activities, assessment questions, homework, and a way to teach without an This is a prompt you can give to AI tool, and in a few minutes, you get responses. One or maybe some days or even a week to develop. And when you get out, what to show your participants is to refine the prompt for learner level time. Ask AI to adapt for virtual. I mean, these are other things you can also get done through the use of AI. Personally, I'm a lecturer and I use AI. As I said, once you generate your content, you must take time to go through. So the 4-check rule as you use your AI, teacher learners to verify AI and online information. Number one, you must check the source, who produced it and why. And also you must check the evidence. Is there data citation or demonstration? And also you need to check other sources to know if the content and other reliable agree. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Okay, sorry for the disruption from the network.
No
So, digital citizenship, online safety, and ethics. Number one, we must be very conscious of our privacy. As you go into the digital space, you must not share passwords. You must not share private photographs. You must not share personal data or school records carelessly, because there are so many fraudsters in the digital space that can use those things against you, that can use them against your institution or against your students. So you must be very, very careful about your private documents. Apart from that, we must tell our learners, our students, and even ourselves to respect others in the digital space. We must avoid cyberbullying, hate speech, harassment, and harmful online behaviors. There are legal implications of all this, even apart from the ethical issues that surround them. So we must be careful to respect other users in the digital space. Integrity also matters. It's good to cite sources. Don't get content online and attribute them to yourself. That is plagiarism. You must acknowledge AI assistance and avoid plagiarism. As children of God, even morally, let's uphold integrity in the digital space. Our security is also very important. You must use strong passwords. You must use updates, backups, and careful clickings. It's not everything that dangles before you in the digital space you click on. There are so many individuals who are there looking for opportunity to get your information they can use against you, to steal your money, to steal so many things, to cause trouble online, or hack your sites. So you must be very, very careful. And also well-being, you need to take care of your health, take care of yourself as we encourage you to go into the digital space. And also your students, you must tell them the importance of managing screen time, taking time to sleep, focus, and some schools in the rural areas that might not have all these resources, but everybody must be carried along. So in doing that, we encourage such to start with what is available and responsibly. To build a shared digital resource bank on flash drives, memory cards, or school laptops for students to have access to. Or most of those places, the internet might not be stable. So you can download them, put them in flash drives, memory cards, and school laptops for students to have access to. The use of radio, projector, WhatsApp, Telegram groups, and printed digital guides is also encouraged where internet is limited. And you can try introducing digital skills minutes, maybe 10 minutes weekly, or distance learning space, we do this. With the LMS, the learning management system, you can track students who attend classes or not, students who are following up or not, so you can attend to them individually. Carrying everybody along in the learning process is very, very important. And your digital space, especially with the use of learning management system, can be of great help. You can also adopt AI use rules. Allowed uses, there must be rules, the do's and the don'ts. The allowed uses of AI are the prohibited uses, citation requirements, and assessment design. All this you must establish. And I will also encourage every institution to have AI policy to guide and to drive the use of AI in your schools. The use of simulations, virtual labs, and multimedia for concepts that are difficult, dangerous, or expensive is also encouraged. And also building teacher professional learning communities around practical technology integration. There are a whole lot our students can learn, and as we've been told, when we learn, the more the number of sense organs we use in learning, the better the understanding and the longer it sticks to our brain. So let's try adopting all these technologies to make our students learn, understand, and being able to solve problems themselves and not just to pass exams and go. This is a curriculum and assessment for the AI age that assess thinking, process, and application, not just final answers. So from memorizing, we should encourage or train our students to learn how to inquire by themselves, wanting to know, wanting to create things, new things, wanting to solving problems. It's not just for them to read, to cram their note, pass exams and go. No. Let's leave that age and now stimulate, challenge our students, challenge our teachers, challenge our managers to inquire what is happening, what are the challenges, how can we provide solutions that will really help. And also from one correct answer, let's move to evidence, reasoning, and explanation. Even if the answer is correct, why is this answer correct? Let students be able to reason, be able to explain why they feel the answer they giving is correct. And also from hidden use of AI, like some now students are secretly using AI. It should not be so. Let's accept, let's embrace the use of AI, by emphasizing the ethical use of AI. So from hidden use of AI, let's move to transparent and ethical use of AI. It will help the students, it will also help us a lot. And let me let you know, there is no way we'll shy away from the fact. What you do in 10 days, AI can do it for you in 1 hour. Like we're at a conference, the Deeper Life Campus Fellowship and Associates in the AI class, the presenter made us to know. Some people, they say, why will you use AI to prepare a message? And he explained to us that it's not the message that changes life, but it's the anointing. It's the relationship of that man of God and God that transforms life. You can use AI to get content, so get references, get everything to even prepare your message. But it's the prayer that backs up the message, the authority, your relationship with God that will power the message that will transform life. So let's not run away from or shy that I cannot use AI to prepare message. There's nothing wrong with that. Get the information, get it right, and prayerfully use it until life bigly. And also drafting, reflecting oral defense and portfolios. Let there be action after our final product. So practical assessment ideas, supervised tasks, oral presentations, local problem projects, reflective journals, citations of AI assistance, version history, and peer review will really help us in our various schools. Our school adoption roadmap, how can we as a school adopt this? A practical pathway from awareness to sustainable integration of a practical pathway from awareness to sustainable integration. The first thing we need to do is audit. Check up what devices do you have, what connectivity, what skills do your teachers have, what about the needs of your learners, your students, and the safety gap. Once you have that audit in place to know where you are. The second point there is policy. Acceptable use, policy on acceptable use, policy on child protection, policy on privacy, policy on AI integration, and policy on data handling should be established. Apart from that, you must go ahead to train capacity. You must train your teachers, leaders, ICT coordinators, and student digital ambassadors. And also, you can try pilots, start with 1 or 2 subjects since Nigeria issues, you correct them and improve upon them. And also, the fifth one there is skill that involve your budget, your partnership, maintenance, monitoring, and continuous improvement. There are opportunities as well as challenges. The promise in using digital tools is great. The leadership and ethics are very, very essential. I think when we use these digital tools, there is personalized learning and timely feedback. Apart from that, there's teacher productivity and better preparation. As I've told you, I do all this. I have a paid ChatGPT. I pay almost 20-something thousand naira every month on my ChatGPT. My Grammarly, I pay about 200,000 naira on Grammarly. I'm an online person, so I must have these tools, this gadget around. We spend money. I'm even on a course on this Coursif. Those of you who go to YouTube, there are so many digital skills on Coursif, use of AI. So I'm Professor Yates, still upgrading myself, still learning on how to become better. So if we are doing that, you must not be left behind. So as I've said, there's personalized learning and timely feedback. And also there's teacher productivity and better preparation. Also, there's inclusive access through translation, text to speech, and adaptive tools. Local innovation, entrepreneurship, and employability. There are lots of things we can get in the digital space that makes life very, very easy for us, especially for me. Life very, very easy in my teaching, in assessing my students, in examining them, in checking up their write-ups, their submissions, conducting exams. The digital tools we are talking about have been very, very helpful. One of the challenges we have the digital divide and cost of devices. As I told you, paying 200K for Grammarly is a whole lot, or paying a 20-something thousand naira for ChatGPT Plus every month is money. So that is a challenge to some individuals. And also we have the challenge of misinformation, bias, and over reliance on AI. This is a challenge which we are trying to see how to correct in school. Before now assignment, you go to the library, you read, and after reading, you extract the answer and you write it out yourself. And in that process, as I told us, the more the sense organs you use in learning, the better it sticks. So you see with your eyes, you use your hand to write, it sticks. But you know what students do these days? When you give them an assignment, they just ask ChatGPT. They don't think. They just copy, print, and submit. And in exam time, we ask them that same questions. And because ChatGPT is not there with them in the exam hall, they cannot answer. And they are failing terribly. It's a really serious problem we are facing in the university today. So over-reliance on AI is a real challenge. Privacy, cybersecurity, and child protection risks. You see people being bullied and people committing suicide because of online cyberbullying. We also have academic dishonesty, plagiarism, weak assessment design. These are challenges we must guide against and see how to get around them. So the leadership message is to integrate technology deliberately, introduce it inclusively, let everybody be carried along, and also introduce it safely and introduce it pedagogically. So what is the call to action before I end? Now, number one, to teachers, use one digital tool this week to improve learning. Try it. You see how amazing, how lovely it is to use. Number two, to school leaders, create a digital literacy and AI policy, then train your staff. We have so many people who can come train you. So if you are ready, you can call on us. You can come and put your teachers, your staff through. ICT coordinators to support safe, simple, and sustainable adoption. To policymakers, invest in infrastructure, teacher capacity, and child online. So I'm talking about school owners now who have the power to establish policies. You need to invest in infrastructure, in your teacher capacity, and child online safety. And to learners, do not wait. Learn digital skills, AI literacy, online safety, and ethical content creation. There are so many free lessons online that you can start learning today. The 21st century will not wait for us, even in the church. That is why we really appreciate what those of us who attend Deeper Life, Pastor W.F. Kumuyi is doing. The GCK Boko slide, they are still sharing testimony. Pastor Kumuyi has reached millions of people all over the world through the use of these digital skills we are talking about. And the more they are using, the more there is improvement. So start today. If a man who has preached holiness over the years, is using it to win souls into the kingdom, you can use it to make wealth. You can use it to preach the gospel as well. You can use it to expand your education career. I have a few references Thank you for your attention. I hope I've not bored you people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's all appreciate Prof. Let's pray Prof for this section. Let's put our hands together. Let's put our hands together. Thank you, Prof, for this topic. We really appreciate you, Prof. Prof, have really done justice to this topic on digital literacy and emerging technologies, equipping learners and educators for the 21st century. Thank you, Prof. Prof have said a lot of things, how we should embrace AI. We shouldn't run away from AI. AI is an important tool in the 21st century. So every one of us as educators, learners, we should do what? Embrace AI technology. Is very important. If you see in developed countries and states, you see how smartboards being used, it's been employed and are used in different school level, and is quite easy and made lesson and learning easy, very easy. That is technology and imputing AI. And one thing again, one vital thing I learned from Prof, and it is a good one. We should enroll in what's name AI courses and grow in it. Thank you so much, Prof, for this section you took this particular topic. We really appreciate, and I believe that so many of us here have gained a lot. And probably if you have any discussion or something to reach out to him, you can quickly also get to his WhatsApp handle. Thank you so much, Prof.